What up? We're going handheld today. Why? Because I got time to burn. This load isn't due until Tuesday. It's Sunday. And I'm waiting for a repower. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it goes through. I just talked to Mick. He is already back at work. And he left work at 6:30 yesterday. So he called me about 40 minutes ago or so to tell me the load he tried to call me about yesterday fell through because I was asleep. And then I woke up at like 10, went right back to sleep after that, and I woke up at like 6. So I think I'm caught up on sleep. But we're going to talk about the in-cab dash lights. And before, like what I was saying before, who cares? Who fucking cares? So yeah, we're going to talk about what all your truck comes with. Now, just note before we get into this, am I covering the speaker? No. Every truck's going to be different. Even different year, make, and models of the same, or the different years of the same make and model truck are going to have different knobs and stuff. But these are the generalized knobs you're going to have in your truck. I have a 2019 Kenworth with the diesel Cummins engine. I don't think it really is going to matter. But we're going to look at the dash lights, or the dash knobs and buttons and everything. It looks intimidating at first, but in reality, like you're not going to use half these goddamn things. So then you look in those people that are owner ops and you see like knobs and buttons and shit everywhere. And it's like, dude, it looks like you're fixing to fly a plane, honestly. Mind the mess. As always, I'll clean it later. I actually kind of picked it up. This is about as good as it's going to get. Anyways, here we go. The KW 2019 comes with all the bells and whistles. Alright, your dash, pretty fucking standard, right? You guys learn about this in your PTI. Your temperature gauge at the bottom left, oil pressure gauge, voltmeter, tachometer or speedometer, your fuel gauge for your fuel, obviously, for your truck, not anything else. There's your miles per hour. Air brake application pressure, that comes up and goes down depending on how much pressure you're putting on the brakes. Both first and second air gauges, your green, and they're color coded, obviously, and then your DEF exhaust fluid tank, how full that is. Down here at the bottom, you'll see this one right here. That is your backing light if you're a bobtail, or if you need to be able to see at night when you're hooking up. You push this button in, it lights up, and your back lights will come on so you can see. This raises or lowers your dash brightness. Usually you're gonna keep that up. This right here is your in-cab or foot lights. With the Kenworth, you get this little nifty red light. See that? Then when you turn it on, these top lights over here come on. Yeah, it's not many, but you turn them on. Okay. And then this little check light right here, when the truck's on, you can click it up. You hold it up while the truck is on and running, or I think even with just a key on. It'll go through a system light checker, right? It's going to check all your lights. Like if you're solo, this is awesome. This is a great thing to do. Like when you do your PTIs and stuff, you want to make sure all your lights are still working. You hit that light and then you do a walk around. It turns your flashers on, your high beams, low beams, brake lights, reverse lights, all that stuff. It does all of it for you. And then when you come back in, you just flip it up again and it'll shut it off. Up at the top here, obviously, hazards. I always keep my lights on during nighttime, especially at nighttime when I'm parked, so that people have some kind of reference point. And plus with Stevens, you're supposed to drive with your lights on anyway. So here, this is all your marker lights all around the bottom part of the truck, right? That's what this is. This is going to turn all those on. One click up. You go another click up, your headlamps. Those are your low beams. That's where that turns your lights on. The one right next to it, here, you turn that on, all your clearance lights come on. The ones at the top, all those lights come on. Be sure you're always rolling with these like halfway or all the way up during the daytime. You want to preserve your headlights. I usually ride with all my lights on, but because when people are trying to pass me, whatever. Anyways, this is your sleeper light. If you forget to turn your light off back there, boom, you hit that button, it turns them off or on. it just depends on what position the switch is on the bottom. So down means it should be off, but it's on because I have it on back there. All right, here's the main juice over here. This is your trolley brake. It used to be right here on the dash, but you see it's a 2019. I have my shifter up here now. This is a trolley brake. You push this down and it applies trailer brake pressure. You usually never use this. The only time I use this is whenever I'm trying to move my tandems and I want to lock it back in place. You know what I'm saying? Or anything really. Just, I don't use it, but other than that, you never want to use this while you're driving. I don't understand why they put it so fucking close to the dash. So you're maybe angry one day and you like slam this down and you're like, and whatever. Anyways, this obviously is your engine fan. If you want to turn it on, you can. You just flip it up and it turns the engine fan on. The fan will cut on automatically just over like 200 degrees. Or if it recognizes that it's just hot as shit, like when I was in Laredo and it was fucking 115 degrees outside, it'll run most of the day to keep the engine cool. This is your cruise control. You flip it up, turn it on, obviously push it down and turn it off. This will set or resume your cruise control. This will not be relevant to you as a grad or even switching out to a contractor. G1, 2, and 3, you're not going to get cruise control. It's going to be set at 30 miles an hour. It's basically going to discourage you from using it. All right, this is traction control. You flip it up just like this while you're driving, and it will turn off traction control. I don't see why you need to use that. This is your lane departure button. It will temporarily disable your lane departures, so you won't get the burr. So this is really useful for like construction zones and stuff like that. You'll be able to utilize this to just make sure that you're not setting off your lane departures. This you will never really use. It's a diesel exhaust filtration button. I don't know why it's there. Don't get me lying to you. Maybe somebody else can answer that question. The one next to it, this is like, oh, your truck is on a slope. When you turn your truck on, you'll see any minute. You see that blinking right there? That means that we're on a slope. So it's telling you, hey, why is my check engine light on? Oh, motherfucker. All right, we're gonna have to deal with that in a minute. That'll blink. It to see and detect if your truck is on a slant. If it is, then it's gonna apply the brakes automatically. Even if you push your brakes in, it's going to do the 3-second wait before it lets off the brakes. So you have time to adjust your feet and get ready to go. Once you hit the gas at all, it'll release those brakes automatically. Okay, these over here, this lowers your fifth wheel. It basically takes the air out of your drives so that it's easier to unhook from a trailer. This is your drive axle differential. I don't think you'll ever use that. These are in red. You gotta literally flip it up and then you gotta hit the button. So this slides your fifth wheel. This is PTO. I think it's powered pay time off. Let's go with that. I just fucking read about it and I can't even think about what it is. Whatever. All right, so on the steering console, maybe somebody else can answer that too. This little button right here, this is like your thank you signal. It when someone lets you pass, you hit that button once or twice, and it'll shut all your lights off, turn them on, and then kind of do like a little flashy thing, like thank you. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I just slept like fucking 12 hours. I don't know why I'm yawning. You push this in, and it shoots out all your juices for your windshield. You turn these. That's all your windshield wiper stuff. Let me make sure that stays focused. Out. That's your high beams, basically. If you pull it in like that, it turns your high beams on. Push it out, I think it does something else. I think it's your fog lights or some shit. Look, if you look at it right there. All right. And then, of course, your turn signals are here as well. Down and up is your turn signals. Obviously, this is the Jake brake. It says so right there. This is where you shift your gear. Neutral, drive is forward, and reverse is backwards. I believe if you push this in here, that puts you in manual. When you pull it down, that's Jake 1, Jake 2, Jake 3. So, yeah, that's really pretty much it. So, yeah, that's all your dash stuff. I'm about to find out. I'm gonna start my truck and I'm gonna see why if this check engine light's for real. because yeah, I'm a little upset about that. But yeah, that's it. Those are all the lights. You know what? We can go ahead and come back here and look at the lights. Look at this stuff over here. This stuff. All right, Thermo King. You want it to be on standby whenever you're not running your truck, because if your battery's detected to be a low voltage, it's like 12.3 or 12.4, I think, volts, it will automatically kick the APU on, and then it will start to charge your battery. So, oh, you know what? We didn't do all the temperature controls and stuff. We'll go back up there and look at that. Obviously, heat, fan, cold. If you want to switch, you literally just turn it over. Like, there's the fan. Oh no, I don't want it on right now. It's cold. You can set your temperature. I have had hit or miss results with this. The cold, though, I always usually keep it there. Now the fan's on. You turn this 2 clicks. It's on. Okay. So yeah. Here's your heater. It says maintenance required. I guess somebody had mentioned that you need to that whoever the hell did this didn't reset the maintenance. It's just like every so many months you need to maintain it, and they're supposed to hit it. Of course, a 12 volt here. This is where you can set your alarm and see what time it is. Most of the time this isn't set. It's not very difficult to do. Back here you have a lock. You hear that? Your doors in the front lock. If you forget to, you just hit this button and it'll lock. This turns off and on your red lights underneath. See that? It's just like an accent thing. It kind of gives you like a custom feel, I guess. Here's your light switch to turn on and off the lights. This here, this is controlled up front. Now, if you know it's going to be hot that day, you're going to want to set it to, like, I don't know, 2 or 4, whatever your preference is. Make sure that this is turned down and the AC button is depressed. See that? That's out. That's in. Push that in. And then we come up here. And you see this little button right here? You push that button, boom. That turns on the air back here. And it shoots throughout all the vents. The ones at the top, you probably can't see that. That's my curtain. It's just a mess up there. There's vents on each of the sides on the bottom, and then also up at the top. So when you press that button, whatever you have the settings for in the back, that's gonna shoot out through all those vents. Obviously, your thermostat, you usually have to push this in to get the AC to start working. And then this is your speed, like how much air you want to come out. Yeah. All right, we're at 11 minutes now. That's it. Remember, gents, ladies, love it, hate it, fucking ready to take care, and I'll see y'all in another time.